You're welcome. For making a pant trouser, what you need your pen, your tracing ruler, your tracing wheel, your rulers, your tape, as many as you can. Especially a straight ruler is needed. So we'll keep this by the side. Let's get into it. I'm going to draw from this side and the way my camera is faced. So now we'll go down, we'll just go straight. I came down by 3. There's a reason for this, you get to know later. Okay, I'm making a low, if you're making a pant trouser, that's why I came down by 3. This is not a high waist pant, this is a low waist pant, meaning the waistband is starting from your lower waist region. So my crotch divided by 4 is going to give me 10.5, but I'm going to minus 1.5 for my, this is supposed to be 10.5. That's what my crotch is supposed to be, but because I'm going to put, this is not a low waist, it's going to have a band. So now I'm going to minus 1.5 for the band. So here now is my new crotch line. So please stay with us. Here is my new crotch line. Now, so here's my new crotch line. I'm using 8 for the hip, not 8.5. My hip measurement is 10.5. 10.5. So I'm going to mark a straight line from here. We now have our hip measurement, 10.5. The waist is 8.5. 1 inch for that. So I'm going to connect, I hope you can see, I'm going to connect this to this. Now to get your crotch depth, your crotch measurement, we're going to divide, for the front, you're going to divide your hip divided by 20. Whatever you get, you're going to impute it here. Mine is 2.02. So divide your hip. Divide your hip by 20. Whatever you get, you come to this line where this your hip line. You start from there. That's where you place your tape and you impute whatever you get. That's for your front crotch depth. Then I went for the front. Please, let's just do it the right way, because that mark was not very nice. Okay, so now we've gotten our crotch for the front. So what we'll do now is my hip measurement is sorry, I'm taking my waist to my knee is 20. Remember I minus 1.5, so I'm removing it by 1.5. So here is my 20. I'm going to read across. Is a pants, pencil pants trouser. So the good thing about pattern is you can alter it to whatever you want. So now what I will do here now is I placed my tape from my crotch line to the point of this my crotch line here. I hope you can see it. Then I'm going to divide it by 2. See, that's the reason for this line I marked. I'm going to divide it by 2. Whatever I get, I'll come here, I'll place it here. So it's above 43. My length is above 43. It's 45 I use. I'm going to put it here. The half. This is where our straight ruler comes to play. So I'm going to connect the line, making sure it's a straight line. So my knee measurement divided by, my knee is 18, divide by 4, I'm going to have 4.5. I'll put my 4.5 here. I'll come here, I'll put my 4.5 here. Then for the ankle, I'm going to do 3.5. Depends, if you have pencil you want it though, just take your measurement. I'm using 3.5. Depend on how pencil you want the leg, the down to be. 3.5 here. So what you do is come up to 7 inch upward from the reason is going to help you have a very good straight line, and also impute that this same measurement here, 3.5. I did 3.5. Please do yours. Check, take your appropriate measurement, check what you want. How pencil do you want it? That determines how. If you want it that straight, depend on how straight you want the leg. If you want it a bit bigger than that, you extend. Don't use my measurement. Make sure you're using your measurements, please. So connecting this to this. I have done how to make a short before, just that some clip got lost in it. So I said I was going to make this. See, our trouser is taking shape already. So what we'll do now is we'll get this curve ruler. You see the way it's tinted towards the back, like so. This is how you're going to place it. Are you seeing it? I hope you can see it. Then to this point, so this is it. Because it's a low waist pant, we still have an alteration to do here. Here we're going to come down by 0.05. My dart is 4.002. Please use your accurate dart measurement. So taking 0.5 on both sides, 0.5, 0.5, coming down by 4 for the front. You can do above that if you want. This is by 4. So I'll connect this to this, and this to this side. This to this. Okay. So what we'll do now is I'm going to connect this to the dart leg. So this is it. And here I'm going to come up by 0.5. Going to come up by 0.5. So I'm tinting this my line upward. This is my waistline upward to that 0.5. And I'll connect it to this place. So this is it. So when you close this place, if there's any gap, any missing, you just connect it back. So this is it. This is our hip line. This is our crotch line. Our knee line. If you are new to our channel, you're always welcome. So we're done with the front. So what we're going to do now, we're going to alter the back, and I'm going to use a red pen so that you get to understand what we're doing. We're just doing a little alteration for the back. So what we'll do now is I'm going to come in from this hip line. I'm going to come in by 0.7. And for my waistline, I'm coming in by 2. And this line, I'm going to extend it by 1. Let me do 1.02. You can do 1. It's okay. So you can do from 1.5, 1.5. So I'm extending this line here. Then I'm connecting this line to this line. From the waistline to the new crotch, the new. I went in by 0.7. Here on the waistline, I went in by 2 inch. So now I'm going to take my new waist measurement from this point, which is 8.5 plus 1 inch for that. 1 inch for that. Keep that in mind. So for the hip measurement, that's why I gave the space of up to like 4 inch before I started my line. For the hip measurement, you come to the hip line. My hip is 10.5. You impute 10.5 here. We're extending the line. And we're extending the crotch line as well. Then you connect that 10.5 to your crotch line. Then you add 1 inch for ease. It's not allowance, it's for ease. Add 1 inch for ease. So this in mind, now let's get the back crotch. I said we divide the front crotch. Remember, we divided it by 20. The back one, we're going to divide it by 10. So what we will have, I'm going to have 4.02. So I will impute it here. Please use your measurements. My hip is faulty, so I'm using my measurements. So now all I just have to do, see the way I place it. Are you seeing it? I'm not trying to make sure it gets to this point. Once it touches here and here, you're just good to go. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So this already is an extension of this. So this is for the back. So what we'll do now, we're going to connect this to this. Remember, for the front, we went up by 0.5. We're still going to do the same. We'll come up by 0.5 for the back side. Extend your this way. So now we're going to get our back dart. 4.02 is my dart. So for the back, we'll be doing 5. I did 4 for the front. I'm doing 5 for the back. You can choose to stick to the 4 though. So I'm going to have 0.5 here, my 0.5 here. Connecting my dart. So what I'll do now, connect this to my dart leg. My front dart leg. Sorry. Ignore this. What we'll do is we're going to connect this waist to this point of this. You know, we came up by 0.5 by the waist side of the back. So that's what we're taking it back like this. This is it. So extend your dart leg. So what you do now is you come to your new line, you add 0.5. You come here, you add 0.5. The same thing here, 0.5. 0.5. 0.5. Just add 0.5 on both sides. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please kindly do so. So I'm going to connect them. I bet you this pattern, if you try it out, it will be one of your best pant trouser pattern. Just follow. You can watch it over and over again if you're missing anything. Just make sure follow through. It's easy. Blend off and just come here like so. The same way you tint this upward for the front, that's the same way you do for the back. Sorry, my ruler shift. Okay, this is it. I know the back has a funny look, but please ignore it. So what you do is you trace out. This is the back pants. Back. Front. So please, the blue is for the front, the red is for the back. So what you do is you use your tracing wheel, you trace out. I'm not going to be cutting it out, so trace out. Let me just show you how. You trace out. If it's the front you want to trace out, you trace out the front. If it's the back, you trace out the back. So I'm tracing out the back. So I'm going to focus on the red pen. So if you're marking yours, you can use two, maybe a pencil and a biro. So I'll trace it out. This is how you trace out. Just walk your way around it. You trace out, and this is it. So when you're done, remember there's no seam allowance yet. When you're done tracing out, then you come, if it's the back, you trace out. In the new paper, you trace out your back, you add all your necessary seam allowance. You could add 1 inch seam allowance for the side seam, but for this side, don't add above 0.5 or maximum 0.7 if you cannot maintain sewing on 0.5, 0.7. Here you put in your 1 inch seam allowance by the side of it, but for this side, maybe 0.7 if you can't maintain 0.5. Your waistline. Then you cut out your band. There's going to be a band. So for you to cut out your band, you need to close your dart. When you close your dart, then you trace it out on a fresh paper. You trace out the front, you trace out the back. Then you place it together. If you want it bit by bit, if you want the band only front panel and back panel, that means you're going to cut the front by unfold, then the back unfold. Then that will give you a straight this thing. So that is it. If you want to trace out the waistline, you trace it out before adding or after adding your allowance. You close the dart before you trace out. So that being said, so imagine you want to make a full pant trouser. Now what you need to do now, if you want to make a high waist pant, what you need to do, this 3 inch, you don't need this alteration coming down by 0.5 and going up by, you just extend this to like 3 inch or 2.5 inch, and that is it. You've gotten your high waist pant trouser. All right, please make sure to like. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Comment, share, and give us a thumbs up. Thank you. See you in our next video.